Google Classroom might be great for teachers and students, but it's not always the easiest to use for IT administrators. If you're having issues with Google Classroom, I want to show you a free tool that will help you manage common issues and fix them right away. Hi, my name is John Sowash. Welcome to the Google Admin Bootcamp. Here are some things that you might want to do with Google Classroom as an IT administrator. First, just getting a list of the classes in your school or district is not something you can do through the Google Admin Console. Secondly, you might need to add or remove a student from a course as your enrollment changes. You might even need to add or remove a primary teacher as your instructional staff changes throughout the year. You could archive or restore a class as enrollment changes and create a new class for teachers who might need some assistance in getting set up and started with Google Classroom. None of these are things that you can do through the Google Admin Console, which is why I began using a free Google Sheet add-on called Classroom Control. This free utility allows you to make all of these changes and adjustments using a Google Sheet. Let's take a look at how you get it and use it. The easiest way to get the Classroom Control add-on is by opening a blank Google Sheet. Click on the Extension menu, go to Add-ons, and then Get Add-ons. From here, I'm just going to search for Classroom Control. I'll also put a direct link in the video description. There's several ways to get to it. This is probably the easiest way. Now, depending on your Google Admin settings, you may need to authorize this add-on before you can install it. That's just going to vary based on your initial configuration. Once the add-on is set up, you'll be able to go to the extension menu and Classroom Control should be listed. The first thing you need to do is initialize the add-on. Now, anyone can use the add-on, but what you're able to do with it will vary depending on if you are a super admin or just a regular user. Super admins will be able to view all of the classes and take actions on any classes, while regular users can only manage classes that they're a part of and control. Initialize the extension. We can look at the menu, and there's a bunch of options. Probably the first thing you're going to want to do is just list all classes. So we'll do that. And again, I'm a super admin, so I will see all classes, even those that I'm not directly a part of. And we can see the status of those classes. Now, if you get loading messages like this over on the right side, don't worry about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But we can see here in our header row, we've got the name of the class. Every class has a unique ID, which will be important later on. The last time was updated. And then very important is the course state, whether it's active or archived. And you can see hundreds or thousands of classes depending on the size of your organization. Now, what makes Classroom Control unique is the ability to actually modify courses right from this spreadsheet. So I've got this demo class over here. If I want to change the course state, I can just say, I can type archive into this box, and you'll see in the state response that it will change, and then it will say OK once that change has been made. So this is an amazing way to take control over all of the courses throughout your district, all from a spreadsheet. We can do a bunch of other things. You can see right here, this is the assign primary teacher. So if I add an email address in this box here, it will add a new primary teacher. I can add co-teachers. I can add students simply by typing the name of the student into that box. So we can see my course has been archived. If I want to add a student, I'll just go down to this row here, and I'll just type in a demo student that I have. Just type their email address, press enter, and there you go. That class or that student will be added to the course. There are many things that you can do with the Classroom Control add-on. These are just kind of the basics right here. I went ahead and wrote a little dashboard. This is a little bit easier, especially if you're not as familiar or comfortable working with scripts and things. This here that you see is not part of the Classroom Control sheet. It's something that I built just to help you make it more user-friendly. I will put a link to this spreadsheet template in the video description. You can copy it and put it into your spreadsheet and use it as you wish. So we don't have a quick control here for creating a classroom. However, that command does exist, and it looks like this. So this would be the advanced classroom control. So if I do create classroom, you can see the syntax here, what's the name of the class, the email address of the primary teacher. This is some additional metadata about the class. Once you add that in, you can create a class from this. Same thing with archiving, adding and removing students, inviting guardians, adding and removing teachers, and so on. All of this is documented on Clay Smith's website. Clay is the creator of this spreadsheet. He is an amazing guy. He used to work for New York City schools doing technology and coding. He now actually works for Google, but still creates and maintains a bunch of tools in addition to classroom control. If you go to his website, which again I will link in the video description, you'll see all of these Google Sheet functions. And so there's many functions that are here that you can use to do all kinds of things inside of Google Classroom. I've just pulled out some of the more common ones. If you're having a lot of trouble with Google Classroom, I'm going to link to a separate video that will walk you through some questions to make sure that things are set up appropriately. I'd also encourage you to sign up for my free weekly newsletter, the Google Admin Weekly, where I share tips and strategies for managing your users, devices, and data using the Google Admin Console. There's a link in the video description.